Ares. Ares.
Ares.
It is?
Ares.
Ares. You have to say it with an accent.
Ares.
Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing Netflix's original Dutch series, Ares.
Aiming to become part of Amsterdam's elite, an ambitious college student joins an exclusive society, unaware it's hiding a horrific secret. Secret.
Ares has 8 episodes and it dropped today. They're 25 minutes to 35 minutes each, and it's very easy to binge watch. When I saw this advertised, I was intrigued because I wasn't sure what it was about. Netflix weren't really pushing it. It was kind of just snuck in there. Yeah. Today, people are probably going to be watching Sex Education Season 2. That's very popular at the moment. But if you need something different to watch and you're not easily squeamish,
don't eat while watching this if you have a strong gag reflex. That's all I'm saying.
You're going to enjoy this. This was something that I wasn't expecting to be as good as it is.
Probably one of the longest strings of warnings at the top for a Netflix program. Was it like gore and
nudity,
injury detail, sexual stuff?
Yeah.
Like, it was just a whole long list of things, and it's an 18, so do bear that in mind.
Yeah. I would say this is a typical crescendo of a series. So it starts off at one place where it's kind of, this is weird and wacky, it's a thriller, and then it ends up being a horror and what the hell's going on series.
I mean, especially what the hell. I really enjoyed the fact that it was in Dutch. For personal reasons, of course, because my mother is Dutch, and because I spent some time living there, and so it was just lovely to hear the language again.
Being that it isn't Dutch, you'll probably have to read the subtitles unless you are a Dutch native speaker or from the Netherlands. And I have to say it's fairly easy to read once you start getting into the story, although you do have to concentrate because there is a lot going on. And then, unless you understand it, you're going to have to read to follow the story because it is a fairly complex story. You have to follow the nuances of the storyline of where they go. Although they don't show a lot of the backgrounds of certain characters, you do concentrate on this one lady who is a medical student and she gets inducted into this society and stuff goes wrong from there. You really do have to follow what's going on because the more you delve deeper and darker into this society, the more you start understanding or not understanding what the hell is going on.
I really liked the way that it was filmed. I thought that the shots were... I mean, there wasn't anything that really stood out to me as like, oh my goodness, that was amazing. But it was consistently of a high level.
Yeah.
I thought.
Prosthetics level wise, I don't normally talk about prosthetics level, but when there are makeup bits that consist of gore, it is really gruesome, really believable. And a few times on certain episodes, I caught myself going, oh. So it had a real effect on me. And I thought they did a really fantastic job.
Yeah.
Talking about the kind of little side things like prosthetics, the score in this is a character on its own. In certain episodes, in most episodes, because they're quite short, there is this drum beat melodic tone that just keeps going. It's at the beginning of the series when you see the credits roll and you see the circle. It reminds me of The Ring in that way. And then it goes boom, boom, boom. That is a character for me in the series, and it really drives forward with the visuals like you were talking about, which I thought the cinematography was great.
Yeah.
There are some really wise choices of how they shoot scenes. Obviously, very well directed, but when to do a wide and when to do a close-up and how that drives the tone, which is just creepy, but creeping up with each episode.
Yeah.
I think that is very clever to do and hard to do because there's a lot of scary shows that just go jump scare, gore, and then they make that as their series and you think, okay, that was fairly fun and it might have been okay and then just forgettable. This is one I think will stick in your psyche for a while because you'll be asking questions that you probably don't fully understand. A lot of the times it makes you ask yourself what's going on. And then you have to kind of work it out. So where I was talking about the backgrounds of certain characters that you don't get to understand or it doesn't tell you, you have to figure out what's going on with those people, apart from the main protagonist, where they show you a little bit what's going on with the main family and why they are the way they are. you have to figure out what's going on. And even in the end, which is a fantastic end to a series that I wasn't expecting to love as much as I did, the end is one of those that it builds up and you go, whoa, what the hell is going on? And wow, what a great ending. And then you'll be asking yourselves questions again. What is that?
Yeah. So, I mean, it is a great ending, but it's also not an ending. You'll see when you get there.
I feel like this one's going to be talked about a lot. There's going to be a lot of questions. I think it's probably going to be a Marmite for the ending.
Yeah.
Because people want to know, is it...
Explain it.
Or is
Tell
it
me.
not?
Yeah.
I think I understand the majority of it, but there's still questions, which I think is good, because I'm hoping that we get a second season, I think, because it could spoil the kind of the interesting vibes that you get from it.
I kind of like the fact that you're left with many questions that you have to kind of go away and try and figure out an answer for yourself, rather than if we got a second season, I think it would be they'd have to explain everything. And I think you're right. I think that might ruin it.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't get remade as well. I think there's sometimes when you get a more world cinema series, it has a better tone than if it's Americanized or it's got an English language. That's not to say you don't get scary stuff with English language, but I think sometimes when it has a indie vibe to it, and then you add that horror-esque storyline to it, because there's an atmosphere that's quite dark and it's gritty, it's very real. You're kind of sitting going, oh, I wonder what the hell's going to happen next. Done very well that way.
Yeah.
I think the protagonist, the acting, it's very good.
Yep.
I don't know that anybody stood out to me and I went, that's amazing. I just think as a series, it's one of those I wasn't expecting to be as good as it was. And everything's kind of really well-rounded.
Indeed. Are you going to rate it?
Yeah, I'm going to give it an A.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you going to give it?
I'm thinking A-.
Cool. How dare you?
I know.
You disagreed with me?
I did.
Let us know in the comments below what you thought about this. Have you heard of it? Did you like it if you've seen it? Were you as creeped out as I was in parts with this? Yeah.
And what does it mean?
What does it mean? What does the mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching this review, but most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.
Stay where you are. You're being messy.
No, stay there.
Hey, baby.